In October 2023, a highly sensitive military airbase in Colorado Springs became the site of a severe airspace intrusion. Over 2 consecutive nights, an active duty soldier pulled out their smartphone and filmed a massive 100-foot black triangular craft passing overhead. The craft actively camouflaged itself. It employed a shimmering distortion, like looking through water, to dissolve its edges and blend directly into the local cloud cover. These 2 raw cell phone recordings represent some of the highest definition evidence of an anomalous vehicle in restricted airspace, but you cannot watch them. The military has locked them entirely out of public view. This absolute secrecy is happening right in the middle of a sweeping government transparency initiative. Under President Trump's Pursue directive, federal agencies are mandated to declassify UFO records on a rolling basis. The government has already released millions of pages across 5 major tranches. Yet the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, or AFOSI, has quarantined the Colorado Springs footage under active, restricted file numbers. That quarantine sparked a direct conflict with Congress. Representative Anna Paulina Luna has aggressively pursued these exact raw files, demanding their immediate handover to lawmakers. The military intelligence community has refused to budge. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth intentionally allowed legislative deadlines for producing the videos to expire without action. The decision to let those deadlines pass suggests that for the military, the risks of disclosure far outweigh the political cost of defying Congress. In August 2026, the Pursue portal dropped its 5th tranche of documents, bringing the FBI into the timeline. Among those files was an FBI FD 302 witness report filed by a former Pentagon employee. The sighting details the exact same Colorado Springs location during the exact same week in October 2023. The report describes a silent 100-foot triangular craft hovering at just 300 feet over a suburban home. The witness explicitly notes the craft was translucent, exhibiting that same optical, water-like visual distortion. The Department of War willingly publishes written summaries and FBI artist renderings of this exact craft. They publicly acknowledge the event happened, but they absolutely refuse to release the video. Because the FBI has already confirmed the sighting occurred, the military's silence on the video implies the footage contains data points that a written summary cannot sanitize. The answer lies in counter-surveillance. Filming the sky from inside a military installation captures the ground below. This inadvertently exposes classified runway layouts, electro-optical sensors, and physical gaps in the security grid. Foreign intelligence actively maps these vulnerabilities to bypass American defense perimeters. Declassifying that video would hand foreign adversaries a high-definition, multi-million-dollar blueprint of the airbase's blind spots. This strict focus on operational security points toward 2 terrestrial explanations for the craft itself. First, it could be a highly classified special access program. The military may have been testing a domestic uncrewed drone capable of optical signature reduction, shifting its metallic panels to match the local cloud cover. Second, it could be an advanced surveillance platform deployed by a near-peer adversary like China or Russia. They could be flying next-generation stealth drones directly over U.S. bases to test how our radar systems respond to airspace intrusions. Whether the craft belongs to a covert U.S. program or a foreign spy agency, publicly confirming its exact optical capabilities through a raw video would severely compromise American strategic positioning. The documented intrusion into restricted airspace has moved the UAP discussion into a framework of active national security risk. Regardless of origin, American airspace is being penetrated by technology that vastly outpaces public knowledge, flying with impunity over highly guarded military installations. The public demands answers to a cosmic mystery, but the military operates on a strict mandate to protect its operational infrastructure at all costs. The lockdown of the AFOSI files shows that in an era of mandated transparency, the government's highest priority is hiding our own vulnerabilities from our enemies. The classification system is functioning exactly as designed. In Washington, the push for unidentified anomalous phenomena disclosure has reached the highest levels of government. The Pursue initiative actively demands that the military release its deepest intelligence records to the public. But this demand for transparency has hit a reinforced wall in the mountains of Colorado. The Air Force Office of Special Investigations, or AFOSI, in Colorado Springs, flatly refuses to release footage of recent airspace incursions over their facilities. While the public expects these hidden files to contain evidence of extraterrestrial life, military commanders fight a grounded geopolitical war. They look at rival superpowers, not the stars. This creates what intelligence officers call a strategic lock. Releasing the file triggers a chain reaction of vulnerabilities that risks every secret on the base, regardless of what the camera is pointed at. The military handles these videos as espionage assets first. Every frame is analyzed for potential intelligence leaks, shifting the focus from the search for life to the survival of the base. To understand why, we have to look at the two possible origins of these Colorado incursions. Scenario A is that the craft captured on camera is a classified American prototype operating within an unacknowledged Special Access Program, or SAP. Under Title 10 and Title 50 of the United States Code, the military is legally obligated to maintain absolute secrecy over next-generation signature reduction technology like active optical distortion. They have a long history of doing this, with platforms like the B-2 stealth bomber, keeping critical aerodynamic and radar profiles dark during development. If a service member's smartphone records a test flight of a new stealth drone, leaking that video hands foreign intelligence agencies our most sensitive aerospace data. Scenario B assumes the exact opposite. The object is a foreign espionage platform, or perhaps an anomaly that defies conventional physics. We know the military is encountering completely unknown phenomena. During recent congressional hearings, lawmakers investigated the October 2024 Yemen coast incident, where military sensors tracked a spherical orb that absorbed a direct missile strike and flew away unharmed. If the Colorado object is a foreign drone or a true anomaly, releasing the video reveals the exact performance of our localized detection systems. It shows an adversary precisely how our radar arrays track targets under specific weather conditions. The intelligence mathematics remain identical, whether the craft is a billion-dollar American prototype or an adversarial spy drone testing our fences. The risk of disclosure is too high. The danger extends far beyond the physical object in the sky. The digital file itself acts as a carrier for microscopic hidden data. When a soldier points their phone upward on a military base, the camera records the surrounding environment. Even a blurred video of a light in the sky accidentally documents critical runway layouts, hangar placements, and active security patrol routes. Modern smartphones embed extensive telemetry into every file. This hidden metadata logs the exact GPS coordinates of the observer and records the network handshakes bouncing off nearby cell towers. This background data is highly sought after by adversaries. It can reveal passive electronic warfare emissions and document localized signal interference occurring at the exact moment of the sighting. Even if the government completely blacked out the anomalous craft in the video, releasing the raw digital file is the equivalent of handing foreign intelligence a high-resolution, ground-level map of a restricted zone. This strict refusal to share data is a strategy operating from an intelligence playbook written over 70 years ago. In 1949, the U.S. Air Force issued the Project Grudge Report. Its core recommendation was to systematically downplay unidentified aerial phenomena. The goal was deliberate perception management, controlling the narrative to protect classified operations. We can trace this logic directly back to the most famous incident in American aerospace history, the 1947 crash in Roswell, New Mexico. Decades later, declassified files revealed the truth about Roswell. The debris was the wreckage of Project Mogul, a sensitive acoustic balloon array designed to listen for Soviet nuclear tests. The military allowed a massive extraterrestrial conspiracy to take root because a story about flying saucers was the safest way to hide a critical national security asset from the Soviet Union. That same Cold War logic governs the Colorado Springs standoff today. Despite the intensity of the Pursue initiative, the military is bound by protocols that prioritize tactical security. Without the technology to perfectly mask metadata and background infrastructure, these files are legally required to remain classified. The ultimate mystery of these silent crafts over Colorado is not where they come from. The true mystery is recognizing the heavy price of secrecy required to keep American skies secure.